The following presentation is part of the Beyond the Blast Doors network.
To the Bombadcast.
What's up, Bombad fam? This is your boy, the Cannon Junkie, and welcome to another Bombadcast episode. It is Bombad Saturday. Welcome to the Beyond the Blast Doors network. We are a proud member of said network, and you guys should go and check it out. You're here to check us out. Why not check out some of the other amazing people, content creators, Star Wars connoisseurs that are on this channel? I mean, listen to this. We've got Pete Fletzer from Around the Galaxy. We've got Postcards from the Galaxy's Edge with Shannon Morin. We have Hollow Chronicles talking Star Wars collectibles with Josh and Andy. We have Beyond the Blast Doors Live, the only live Star Wars news show on the YouTubes, at least, probably on the internet. It's debatable. It's not debatable. It's the truth. But you have Mr. David Amalotti hosts that, as well as Streaming Star Wars with none other than Mr. Pete Fletzer of Around the Galaxy every Friday night, streaming Star Wars. Catch all those shows. If you love that Star Warsy goodness, if you like our Star Wars conversation, what we're doing, then why not go and join our Patreon? We got a lot of fun stuff bubbling up over the top over there that's about to just come at you. I don't know why I'm describing it this way, but you're going to have more content than you have hands to hold it. And so get ready, fam. Join Beyond the Blast Doors Patreon. Like and subscribe our channel here. And it is about time that we, as they say in the biz, kick this pig. So, Puffer Pig, that is. Let me bring in my buddy, my pal, one of my other halves. And this is a co-host. This is a co-host with some of the most. It is a co-host with the mostest, honestly. And he is not Scotty J-Ro. It's not the Scotty J-Ro. It is Mr. Pete Fletzer of Around the Galaxy.
Hey, what am I doing here? How did I get here? What's going on? How's it going, man?
How's it going, dude? You know, it's almost like we're running like a Mystery Science Theater style show where I like abducted you or something.
Right.
Where space goes coast to coast. That's what you just remember. Is that too deep of a cut? Does anyone remember?
Gosh, boy, Space Goes Coast to Coast like sort of was the first, like that was like a podcast show before it existed. It was really fun.
That was,
in fact, I think
it was.
Now that you say that, I think I'm going to start to credit Space Goes Coast to Coast for the Around the Galaxy show, because it was kind of the same thing in a weird sort of twisted way.
Space Goes Coast to Coast is like Around the Galaxy meets Bombadcast,
right? And this right now is,
but if you made it on an asteroid, right?
Right. And this is Around the Galaxy meets Bombadcast, because I'm here for Scotty, and it's there's such
what's going to happen.
We're like in this weird alternate universe, because Scotty was the host of episode 75 for Around the Galaxy, where he interviewed me.
Oh my gosh.
You were recently co-hosting streaming Star Wars with me a couple of weeks ago, and so it's just
you're not wrong.
I feel like either you guys are way too close to me or not close enough, so it's that weird sort of I'm in that kind of middle zone. But I'm really excited to be here with you, dude. This is going to be a lot of fun tonight. I've seen your scattered show notes, and I'm a little. I had to break out the good stuff so that I could be prepared for this evening's show.
Cheers down the hatch.
Down the hatch.
And no episode of the Bombadcast is complete without someone admitting that they're probably going to have a drinking problem after this is over. So, yeah. But no, Pete, is good to have you on, man. Yes, guys, I am the captain. I'm the captain now. I am the captain, and we'll see if Pete even wants to keep the Bombadcast. I don't know. You're not the president of Beyond the Blast Doors Network, but
Yeah, I sit on the board. I think is a good.
You
word.
are. You're board of trustees. I give you and David are board of trustees. The rest of us are just like, hey guys, we're gonna do this thing. Pete and Dave, you cool? All right, whatever.
Yeah, we couldn't be happier to have. I mean, it's such a fun network. You did the appropriate network commercial to start, and it is so much fun.
We all have our flavor, right?
It's right. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's funny. Like it's really easy to say and sound like I'm blowing smoke, but the five other shows, the 5 other shows on the network other than mine, I actually listen to. Like I dig in every week and I actually listen to them. Yeah. So
and I'm about to start my job.
If you're not listening.
Yes, you should. And I'm about to start my job tomorrow. We're recording this. It's Saturday. That's what I'm saying. But in time travel space, world between worlds, I'm going to work tomorrow.
Wow.
But also in the world between worlds, I've already been to work for a week.
See, that's why the world between worlds works, because anything is possible.
It all exists. It's like Einstein. Einstein says that everything, there is no past or future. We are just living in one continuous now.
Wow.
That is as deep as this is going to get, I promise. But I'm excited to go back because that's where I got addicted to podcasts, was my jobs that I absolutely hated and had to find something to enjoy. Right. Again, thank you employment. I'm glad to be back. If any of you are watching, thanks. But again, I'm excited to get back on the train and start religiously listening to everyone's shows again, right? Because it's not just game footage, it's stuff we're all interested in.
Sure.
And that's, again, it's part of the fun, man. It is part of the fun. But Pete, man, so you're doing okay? You're doing all right? Things are going good in your life? We like to have life updates on here.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, so it's funny because there's been just so much going on, and it's I'm in this really sort of unique situation where I've been able to spend more time on network stuff and non-related stuff. And actually, when this drops, the song that Scotty and I and Dave Drennan from As Father and Son when you're listening to this on Saturday, when you come out of the world between worlds,
I'm excited.
You'll be able to go to Spotify or Apple Music or Google Play or wherever you stream and listen to music and find This Is the Way You Make Me Feel by Silver Colored Knob. I don't know why I was going to call it Blue Colored Knob. I'm changing the band name, Silver Colored Knob. And it's a parody song, and it was so much fun. Scotty played lead guitar on it. David wrote the song. I played drums and recorded and engineered it. It's just so much fun. And it's available now. And when you're listening to this, it dropped on Monday. So go find it. Just look up Silver Colored Knob, and you're going to find it. And it was
make sure the safe search is on when you're Googling it, by the way.
Right. Because I
don't get the color wrong. Don't do Flesh Colored Knob or anything.
Flesh Colored Knob. That's a completely different band that Scotty's in.
Mom, I'm sorry. Go away. Sorry. No, seriously, if you haven't checked it out though, go check that out, because I don't know if I'm sorry. I had my shoulder is itching like crazy. And this shirt is only stylish. It is not, it's not, you have the shirts that are the material. You cannot scratch through really easily.
Oh yeah. You need to have a couple knives that you can just
Oh my gosh. It's like you read my mind, or cut open them. I shared a video on the Facebook where someone it was the truth about masks revealed, and it was a quiet video. And I'll send it to you, Pete, because I think that you blocked me because of case
many
in point.
Reasons.
I rest my case. It's a dude that cuts open a mask and he pulls out what looks like a microchip and sets it down and reaches back in. Pulls out another microchip, but it's from a processing unit, so it's got the towers and stuff on it.
Right.
And so he's clearly pulling. Someone is pulling stuff from behind, and I mean it gets absolutely ridiculous. But they pull out a back scratcher. At one point, it escalates quickly, and I love it.
Awesome.
And I laughed really, 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 really hard because you guys know me. I don't often get political, but when I do, you're all wrong. So.
That's what Facebook is all about.
I get Facebook.
Yeah, they should actually advertise it that way. I don't get political too often, but when I do, you're wrong. I'm making a shirt and we'll put it and we'll do it. I don't know.
Is that going to be a Beyond the? By the way,
yes.
Is that if that will be on the Beyond the Blast Stores? I don't know if it's going to be on the Beyond the Blast Stores TeePublic, but I just funny story today again in the World Between Worlds. Pulled out my suitcase from when I went to see my parents in Arkansas like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Full of fresh, clean clothes, just sitting in a suitcase and I found so many shirts that I've lost. Yes. Close up. And one of which was my Beyond the Blast Stores Network tee. And I pulled it out. I was like, what is this? And unfurled it and I go, that is where that went.
Cool. There's the one Beyond the Blast Doors shirt that we have that we put out, which is a design I made at the beginning of quarantine with 3PO with a mask on. Is that the same one?
Yes.
I don't know if that's what. Yeah. And I wore that out.
Well, I didn't have that one. No. Yeah.
Okay.
But I wore that one out. It's the NASCAR shirt.
Oh, right. It's got all of our logos and things on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I wore the 3PO with the mask one. And multiple people were like, "That's a cool shirt. I like that shirt." So,
dude,
nobody's bought one. I'm the only one who's bought one. But whatever.
If I had more money, dude. Hey, it's hard. Like, whenever I was in bands, and back to your song segue.
Yeah. Very well done. You're a professional.
Pros. We're in the biz, man. So whenever I used to be like in the music scene, in bands and stuff back in the day, dude, like you never wore your band's merch. That was faux pas. You never wanted to do that. Podcasting is very much like the music scene, but it is the opposite on merch because you are like a self-promoting machine in podcasting.
Hence, I've got like Around the Galaxy, whatever these are, things for coasters, for drinks. I've got stickers. I've got shirts.
I have from my good friend Scott, Michael Scott Jaro.
Michael Scott.
I'm just gonna give him his whole name. You can go try to look up his number, his social number and all that stuff. So now,
oh, look at that.
We have business cards, and they're out of date now, because it is before we joined the network. I'm gonna throw it down like that. Also, after I got my box, like a month later, a pandemic hit. And people aren't really happy with you handing them small pieces of paper that your fingers are close to.
Right. So I just licked this. Would you like to take it home with you?
Yeah. I'm going to stick this on your forehead so you don't forget. Okay.
Right. You're going to be fine. Trust me.
No worries.
It's a hoax though, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's all clearly because there's microchips and telephones and back scratchers and all the masks.
Right. And I don't get political, but when I do, you're wrong. See?
Yes.
This is how it works. This is how podcasting works, people. For those of you listening who are thinking about starting a podcast, go back and listen to this. Look at the connections. It's like a crazy bulletin board with red string going from point to point to point, and eventually they connect in a really weird and unplanned way.
And back in the 90s, you see, now it's called having a podcast. Back in the 90s, they called it having ADHD. So a lot of people got put on Ritalin, and all they needed was a microphone and a computer, and free internet radio.
It sure would have saved a lot of money at the pharmacy for certain. Yes.
Well, but speaking of all this crazy stuff, and even the pandemic and all those kind of things, Scotty's not here, and I just want to do a quick. This is okay. I am going to get a little serious.
Okay.
Not like I'm not going to try to make you cry or anything. But
I've got my alcohol, so I'll be fine.
Well, Scotty is you can come back here. It's okay. You can agree with me and nod and stuff if you want, but if I can also just be on my soapbox, it's cool. It's cool.
I'm sharing the screen. I'm playing with for those of you who are listening to this version as opposed to watching it, I'm playing with different ways to have us on the screen.
Yes. And
sorry,
no, you're good. Well, man, as soon as we became a part of Beyond the Blast Stores Network, me and Scotty, our next episode, we were like, okay, we're no longer a podcast. We're a YouTube show. Yeah. So a lot of you podcast listeners, I'm sorry, you're going to have to start going to the thing because we're going to be like, there's going to be bits galore. They tried to keep us out of the, like, no one wants to see us, but here we are.
We're going to give you Doomcock helmets, but you guys went without.
The paper mache wasn't dry yet.
That wasn't ready. So we're like, too late, just run with it.
I honestly couldn't find a balloon big enough for my head. But anyway, but in all seriousness, Scotty, my boy, he's not here with us today. He's fine. He's coming back. Don't worry. But
he's out promoting the single that we just
yes.
I think he's on. Is he on Colbert tonight, or is he on?
He's gonna be on Colbert, and I think he's hitting Good Morning America in the morning.
Yes,
so he has Eastern time. We're both in the Eastern time zone. You got to get up like at the butt crack of dawn, which is I think right before I get up to go to work.
Right.
So, okay. But I don't get to go on Good Morning America. I just get to go to a factory. So
no, that's fine. But I think that's better. I think that's better.
Well, some say it is. It depends. But anyway, Scotty, as you guys know, he's an educator. A lot of you guys who watch us, you are his students. And so that is, again, at least when we do our live show.
Oh my goodness.
We have a lot of some of them. You're gonna have to. It's a Catholic school, so you guys are gonna have to go to confession. But I'm just kidding. They watch our live show and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, Scotty's an educator. He works at a school. He's a teacher.
Right.
That's what educator means. My mom has been a teacher my whole life. Like as long as I've been alive, I've known nothing but my mom teaching. Like I was just talking about this honestly. With some people, some family that are in, and we my mom seriously has been teaching like high school math since I was cognizant of it. And so like she would even if she couldn't find someone to watch me, Pete, she worked at a little country school, like a little backwoods country public school. Right. And she would just bring me and I would hang out in her room during the day. And back then you don't think of it. You got like all these pretty teenage, hot. This is getting really uncomfortable.
I was gonna say I might jump off this stream right now.
I'm gonna get out. All right, see you later, guys. Don't remember safe search when you Google silver colored nub. And Pete Fletzer does not endorse nor anyway, my mother doesn't either. Anyway, but I remember the kids would come up and play, they'd draw on the board with me or before or after class, and just I remember I have memories of that. I have good memories of my mother. My mom actually taught me in high school, which sounds mortifying. And it was a little bit because she was a little harder on me because when you're your kid and all that.
Sure.
But I have a very special place in my heart for teachers, which a lot of us do, right? If we are decent human beings who made it through school, we have a teacher who helped us make it through or made it easier, right? We all have that person, and it is a thankless job, right? Yeah. And right now, a lot of teachers are being asked to do a lot of things that they honestly shouldn't have to do. And they're asked to do a lot of things to keep them and their students safe.
Yep.
And they've got to think about their students' families, and their families. It's all the times that we're in. I don't have to tell you guys. And again, we try not to get too real here on Bombadcast, but I just wanted to do a quick little tribute before we start the poop and fart jokes. Okay. Because that's what we're known for. Yeah. But Scotty, even they've got all these guidelines. Scotty was a little he's trying to make sure he's got everything together.
Freaking him out a little
all this
bit.
Stuff. A little, it is. Yeah. He said they were in meetings for 2 days talking about all this stuff, and he kind of showed us in our group chat and all that. And so, again, if you have a teacher who parent, whatever, a teacher that you just love, a friend, or any, this one goes out to all. Not this episode, but this thought right here goes out to all of you guys who are, you know what? Screw it. The whole episode, whatever. If you enjoy it, it was for you. Okay, guys.
If you're offended by it and didn't like it, well, then next week's will be for you.
Then you can, I will give you, you can Zoom me and you can talk to me like a principal getting on to, the principal used to get on to me in high school. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
This is still getting weird. Anyway, but reach out if you're listening to this right now, watching, whatever. Reach out to a teacher that means something to you, or if it's a family member, a friend, whoever, just a teacher. Tell them thank you. It's a thankless job. Tell them you love them. Tell them what they did for you. And seriously, they are doing things they shouldn't have to do to keep their students safe, their family safe. themselves safe and also their families.
Yep.
So again, keep them in your thoughts. Give them encouragement. And with that, let's get to the Bombad. What do you guys say? I guess Pete, what do you say, Pete?
I say sure. Let's bombad this mother up. That's I don't know.
We're 20 minutes in.
I don't know if that's a phrase that you use, but maybe you should start.
Bombad mother?
No, bombad this mother up, and then we can
Let's bombad this mother up.
I don't know what it means, but it's I don't know. It's t-shirt worthy. Again, see, drawing those red lines.
I've honestly, and now that I'm back to work, with my full-time job, I'm going to have plenty of time to do more goofy t-shirts that no one buys.
Yeah.
I got a lot to get on. But anyway, guys, Scotty's gone. We're trying to figure out programming here. So I thought it would be a good time. We've been talking about it forever. Let's read some reviews for the Bombadcast, some Apple iTunes, some podcast reviews, right? Apple iTunes reviews.
Yep.
Okay, so we are right now. I'm just gonna read them off,
sure.
and we're gonna you can react to the gushing praise.
Yeah.
That is on there, Pete. And you know what? I said that was done. We're getting into the Bombad, but we're just gonna cry some more. Okay. So here we go.
I'm ready to cry.
So, the Bombadcast, a Beyond the Blast Doors Network podcast on all major podcatchers.
Sure.
Reviews.
Nice. Okay. Good.
Hold on.
Take a sip. Make sure you're ready.
Tongue in the teeth in the lips. The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. Sorry, I don't want to make you choke on your whiskey there. I'm a regular Will Ferrell. 5 stars.
Ooh, 5 stars.
I'm gonna leave the name out.
That was not me.
If you're going to leave a review, frankly,
right,
as many stars as possible. Title: An excellent primer to understand the history of the SJW plague.
Ooh.
This was a great history of the recent problems in video games, movies, television, and comics. The ideological pathology can be seen across many areas. This is science. This is almost like scientific journalism.
These are big words. I'm not sure if I'm ready for this.
This person either really has a good thesaurus or they have no clue what they're saying.
Well, Microsoft Word, it's actually very easy to find multiple words.
Yeah. That's a good word. Okay. Yes.
I know what it means.
The ideological pathology can be seen across many areas of thought and endeavor. Endeavor. I would recommend this book to anyone, podcast to anyone who is unfamiliar with this history or is curious why video games, movies, television, and comics have all seemed to lose the ability to tell creative and compelling stories in the last 10 years. My only issue with the podcast was that there was a need for some copy editing, as there were some grammatical errors. It's really weird when you can hear them. That could have been ironed out.
Maybe they're reading the transcripts. Maybe they're just reading the transcripts of the episode.
Very true. Oh, that's true. If you guys haven't seen that yet, go to cspan.com. Right. We post all of ours there afterwards.
And they're all in all the court papers as well.
Yes. And we honestly, I do some little like courtroom sketches while we're doing it here.
And there's a there's a stenographer just off screen working.
Yes, right over there.
Tirelessly on getting.
No. Keep going. Who told you to stop? Go. Okay, sorry. No, you're good, Frank. You're good. This is a long one, so it's thirsty work.
Yeah, no, I mean it's
some grammatical errors that could have been ironed out before publication.
Sure.
Perhaps this can be corrected in the Kindle version. I mean, I don't know how he knew we were coming out with a Kindle version of the Bombadcast. Look for that soon.
I'm waiting. That's the one thing I was like, I love, as I was saying,
on freebooks.com.
Well, as you know, I was saying before, these are shows on the Beyond the Blast Doors Network. I listen to every single one of them. But if I could read them on a Kindle instead of listening, that's
you know how much bathroom reading people would have if we put just like transcripts of our like Cliff's notes
Right. Or
But
we could just put it on toilet paper and people could wipe their ass with our podcast.
I was thinking that honestly, that's probably what they want to do most of the time. And that honestly, holy crap.
No pun intended. Very good.
No pun intended. But the I wish that TeePublic let you print stuff on toilet paper.
I think give it time. I think
if Donald Trump is on toilet paper, why can't you wipe your butt with my face, Scotty's face, and Jar Jar's face?
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Scott Gibson on Twitter, my buddy, part of the Wolf Pack. Great shirt, Jar Jar Drinks.
Nice.
From Birdfish Brewing Company in Ohio. I don't know where, but I want to go there as soon as if the world ever comes back to normal. Correct. But anyway, okay. So look forward to the Kindle version. Loved the book. Loved this podcast, and look forward to volume 2. Again,
Ooh.
this person. Yeah.
Must have been after listening to the first episode.
Very true. Very true. Right. It's the first one, right? That's how this works.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. 1 star. Which I don't know why you go to leave a 1-star review for anything.
Oh, because you're angry.
It's more. You're trying to prove a point. It's more energy to make a review. I don't even want to.
Let's keep that. I don't want to even.
Well, I don't even want to. Very, very much so. I don't even. It's hard for me to put the energy to writing reviews for things that I love.
No
because
kidding.
There's too much. There's too much. I love it all. That's all I want to put on there. Anyway, 1-star review again. Name withheld. I feel like that SpongeBob episode. Name and address withheld. And the title, entirely written on straw man arguments.
Oh.
Again, looking at those transcripts.
Right.
I truly didn't think I'd find a more delusional group than the trolls on Twitter, but apparently they figured out how to write more than 280 characters at a time and put it on a podcast. I get, and I amended that. The backbone of this is projection at its finest, as those that have long been harassing the actors of space films. I mean, leave Matt Damon and Matthew. What's his name? Matthew McConaughey alone. Leave those dreamboats alone.
Yeah,
they don't need you to tell them that that's not how time travel works or space or whatever. Okay, like just
all right.
Calm the F down. Anyway, so the back. I'm going to start back because this is a dense paragraph. Okay, the backbone of this is projection at its finest, as those who have long been harassing the actors of space films to the point of leaving social media and contemplating suicide.
Yikes.
Ouch. This prompted the Bombadcast to be attributed to those taking children's movies far more seriously than they ever should. They are the contributors to this podcast.
Yikes.
She said Bombadcast. Yeah, it's pretty scathing. They could have just went.
I feel like Scotty should be here for this, not me. I mean, this seems like your problem, not mine.
Scotty was here. Honestly, he started crying halfway through. We had to call Pete.
Yeah, I can see. Maybe that's why he's not here this week. He's like, I just can't do it.
I can't handle it. I've got to handle it. I've got to handle kids not getting sick in a pandemic. I can't deal with
going to
people
GMA
not liking
to promote a single, and then
I can't I can't take SJWs coming at me.
Yeah,
with their NPC shiznit, and his words, not mine. Anyway, take children's movies far more seriously than they ever should. Hey, guilty as charged. They are the contributors to this podcast. A wretched hive of scum and villainy is too kind, to say the least. But
be cautious.
That is, this man knows his Star Wars. Honestly, if you're gonna insult someone, try not to use a cooler line. Try not to use a cool line. Okay, I'm just saying.
Sure. Yep.
Okay, another 1-star review. I honestly didn't know that people had this much energy. Again, to really passion is a funny thing, and so
it can be used for good. It can be used.
Oh my goodness!
Bad.
It's It's like the light side and the dark side, some might say. Ooh.
Interesting.
But this is called the Bombadcast is a joke.
I've been saying that for years. This might be my review.
Frankly, we call it a joke ourselves. The whole thing. We basically joke. We talk really deep about Star Wars sometimes, but then we talk about the EOP farting.
Well, yeah,
Like,
but I think
that was
but
the
honestly,
show.
in all seriousness, it's a fun freaking show, man. So just
Yeah.
fun with it.
So take it easy. And I hope you were given I assume you're given a compliment, but again, it's a 1-star review. Maybe you thought it went the other way, like bowling or golf.
Right.
Golf.
Yeah. If I get 1, that's the best score I can get.
Right. Which
We're
I
number
always
1.
use. If I'm bowling, I use golf as the excuse for why I'm doing so bad. I'm like, oh, it's like scoring in golf, right? And if I'm golfing, I say, oh, it's like bowling, right? And anyway.
And nobody ever says we're number 5. Everybody says we're number 1.
No one does. And you know what? No one has ever laughed when I've done that in my life. So I should probably keep going to therapy and stop doing it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I haven't been to a bowling alley in years, so I'm so lonely.
Just for
anyway, the Bombadcast consists of people who used to be in the alt-right or alt-right sympathizers. They used to be it. We used to be in it. We're still in it, baby. We haven't left. We never left.
I can't believe that.
Boom. What you're missing is I can't even. That is too horrible for me to say. I can't.
Maybe
what you're missing is that this side of the room is Star Wars. That side of the room that is unfinished and looks like Saw has a lot of Confederate flags and swastikas. I mean, I'm not proud.
No.
But I don't care. Anyway, they hate women. Guilty. They hate women creators. Double yikes. Yeah. A woman creating?
Yeah.
Whoa, she might crash into something or burn the bacon. She's gonna make my sandwich is gonna be cold by the time it's done.
I just hope none of this is taken out of context.
Oh my gosh. Please take this out of context. Please come at me, bro. Come at me. Come at me. Okay. Don't stoke my fire yet, Pete. I don't know why I said it that way.
I'll let it go.
They hate women. They hate women creators and don't like Kathleen Kennedy for being woman. They didn't put it being a woman. They didn't put that in there. I'm gonna read it as written.
Kathleen Kennedy, she woman.
She woman. Woman get in kitchen, have baby, be pregnant with bare feet. I think. I don't know. And while I don't like sorry, there's more. I forgot to click see more. And while I don't like her incompetence, I don't want to bring up the fact that she's a woman. Laying out their cards here a little bit. Maybe they're upset because we actually did leave the alt-right. Okay. And so I think they might be mad that they left the alt-right. And so they're like, look. I think she's incompetent too, but it's not because she's a woman. It's because she's not making sandwiches.
I have to check in here and say I have no idea what's happening anymore, but I'm enjoying this ride.
We only have a few. If this is the rest of the episode, honestly, I will be happy. But there's some good ones. I don't know where to stop on this. Well, maybe we'll save some. We'll see. There's not that many. Okay. and while I don't like her incompetence, this is the author of the Bombadcast. It's a joke. I'm mad at them for not being. They were racist trolls. I don't bring up the fact that she's a woman in a derogatory way, like Geeks and Gamers or that Star Wars girl. Which, why is that Star Wars girl? Oh wait, I know because I'm an alt-right troll. They also think that they're more important than they are. Like the Solo film flopping at the box office was because of them, instead of realizing that most people didn't want to see the film. Everyone knows we're staunchly against. We're staunchly against Make Solo 2 happen. No one knew that, but we. Yeah.
If this is your first Bombadcast, you will be very confused.
There's going to be a disclaimer at the beginning. Do not start here.
Right.
Go back.
Listen to another Bombad before you listen
Or
to this
keep
one.
listening. Keep
and
listening.
You'll enjoy this one.
Yeah. Most people didn't want to see the film, and this podcast listens like a racist manifesto that would lead to a mass shooting or something. That got dark.
That went from just being mean to getting really, really dark and scary.
That was 90 to nothing. So I give this book a 1 out of 10. There were only 5 stars to begin with, but they 1 out of 10.
But they still gave them 1, which I think is much more than it sounds like it deserves. So Scotty, you're not Scotty. I'm playing the part of Scotty. Jerry, where did these things really come from?
Okay, 1 sec. I want to read 2 more.
Okay.
2 more. But you gotta let me get through these, okay? Because I found there are a couple that like really piqued my interest.
I mean, I hate to tip the hand there, but yeah. All right, so go for it. Go for these next ones.
1 sec.
Sure.
These are our these are podcast reviews. If you want to be asked back on, you gotta go. You gotta show your alt-right colors and come back. Okay, I'm just sorry. I'll stop. Okay. I'm gonna read a 4-star review to shake things up a bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna read one more 4.
Fully 5, but not. All right. Yep.
No. I'm sorry. It is 5. We only have 5 and 1-star reviews. This is a 5-star review. We're gonna cleanse our palate of Mr. Donnie Darko up there. I don't even understand the reference that I just made.
Good movie.
I honestly haven't seen it. Don't hate me. Okay, we're gonna have to watch it later. Okay, please don't hate me. Okay, let's go. I gotta go on, Pete. I gotta go on.
I'm sorry.
The title, the podcast from a consumer's point of view. Intriguing title.
Yeah.
The podcast is well written and highlights some of the disingenuous name calling from the corporations that are in the entertainment industry. This is a positive review.
Okay. Let's hear it. Here it goes.
The book also highlights the frustrations of customers or costumers.
Maybe it's costumers. Might be. It
is.
Be cosplay.
It was supposed. They were. I'm reading as written. It's supposed to be customers because of the clear economic angle of this one.
Sure.
But it is legit. COSTUMER. Costumers.
I've never heard anybody so angry about cosplay in my entire life.
I want to go so like, I am the costumer. I am always right. You will give me my money back. I am the costumer.
That's actually a pretty common phrase at San Diego Comic-Con. The costumer is always right. It's
I'm the costumer. Yes.
It's a little weird, but yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I
honestly, that's a T-shirt too. Frankly, the costumer is always right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
works on so many levels.
The frustrations of costumers when given a genitive review or opinion, the foul name calling they receive. Positive review again. 5 stars. 5 stars.
5 stars.
Moreover, it highlights what the costumer.
Did they do it again? They misspelled it twice, so they believe that they're spelling it correctly.
I'm sorry. This is probably the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Well, they truly believe that the costumer is right.
You guys can see I'm cold reading these. Woo. I'm gonna start back at the first costumer.
Okay.
So we can get the full breadth of this.
Right. And you know what? The funny thing is, let's imagine that this person really means costumer and not customer. Let's have some fun with it.
Again, the title is oh my gosh, I read it wrong.
Oh no, you did. What?
My mind auto-corrected.
Oh no.
This is the book from a costumer's point of view.
Does it really say costumer's point of view? That's fantastic. That is the best thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
This is the hardest I've ever laughed on the Bombadcast. Scotty, you're fired. We're just reading podcast reviews.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is a bit. Whoo!
From a costume, it's
I auto-corrected consumer's point of view.
right. Yeah.
My brain is automatically nice.
Your brain is automatically smarter than the person who wrote this. But again, so what I think we need to do is we need to address this. This is written from the costumers, but this is a guy who clearly is a big cosplayer and is not thrilled with the way
he's not thrilled with
reflected.
He's not thrilled with being called names because he is a paying costumer.
He's a paying costumer. Exactly. We had no idea that this episode was going to be all about cosplay. We had no idea. That was not the objective.
I don't even think we haven't talked about cosplay yet on the Bombadcast. Scotty's kind of pissed that we didn't talk about it with him. But
well, here you go. Here's your cosplay. This is why I'm drinking tonight.
Dude, this is gonna have to be a clip right here in and of itself because that is like this. I'm sorry Scotty's not here because this is like to me, for me, the Canon Junkie.
Yeah.
This is God tier Bombadcast content, right?
The costumer is always right.
When I'm in charge of the show.
And nobody's going to argue that, though. I mean, who would argue that the costumer is wrong? I can't imagine that.
Dicks who think that their costume's better.
Oh,
so
that could be. This could be a whole thing that's happening, that we're not aware of. I mean, we're big Star Wars fans, but there could be like costumer wars going on, trolls of other costumers. I think that could be. Maybe that's what's happening.
You're on to something. If you guys are in the costuming community, if you are a generous paying costumer,
right?
Tell us,
right?
What's going on? Are there costume wars going on?
Right. We don't know.
It's like like the great costume caper.
And I think it's important too to note that
I didn't even mean to make a pun.
Caper. I think it's important.
I'm quitting the Bombadcast after this. It's never going to get any better.
I think
never going to do that.
I think the Bombadcast supports the costumer and believes that the costumer is always right.
If there's one thing that me and Scotty said when we first when we gestated, how are you say it? When we were birthing the placenta covered show you see before you that is the Bombadcast. Right. The one thing that we said day one,
right?
We are never going to do anything without the consent of the costumer.
Sure, right. And remember that
we didn't even know we were going to be making money at that time. But
but remember, a happy costumer is the best costumer. We put costumers first here at Beyond the.
Okay. It's
wow.
not okay. I think I can read it without laughing now because
I don't think you can.
We have dug up a hole in the backyard, a shallow grave, buried it in it, and beat the nose below the ground with a shovel.
Wow, sounds painful.
I've been watching a lot of Rick and Morty recently. Rick and Morty is a show I'm working on. It's nothing like Rick and Morty. I don't care what you ask. But if you think it is, the costumer's always right.
Oh my God. I'm now looking at this. I had to go look at this review myself, and
it actually does. I didn't send it to Pete. I just did it myself. Okay, here. I don't want to show my hand yet. I want to finish this review maybe.
Sure.
And then we'll do one more 1-star, and maybe I think it's a short one. And it doesn't talk about costumers.
It doesn't appear to have a misspelling in the headline. So
the book from the customer's point of view, the costumer's point of view. Sorry, I didn't mean to misread your thing. The book was well written.
No, Jerry. It's important to say it says the book well written. It doesn't say was. It says the book well written. So this person
I'm about to censor myself.
I don't.
This is another caveman. But they don't like disingenuous name calling.
They don't. So we're not going to.
You don't like it.
We won't be name calling, but we will be pointing out horrific spelling and grammatical errors.
Yeah, and again, I'm sure you're a great person. I'm sure that it is. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say it was autocorrect. I have tons of words that I do, but this is just, you're famous. No, I'm sorry. Don't go look it up, please. Seriously, don't give our page likes. I'm joking. Okay. The book from a costumer's point of view. Mm-hmm. The book was well written, the podcast, and highlights some disingenuous name calling from the corporations. The book, that darn nice autocorrect. The book well written and highlights some of the disingenuous name calling from the corporations are in the entertainment industry. The book also highlights the frustrations of costumers when given a genitive review or opinion, the foul name calling they receive. Foul name calling. This is like if a caveman and a Viking had a baby.
Well, here's the funny thing. They use a word like genitive, which I would imagine not too many people use. I'm literally looking it up.
I know, I'm like,
because here's the
I used to have when I studied Greek.
Right. Here's the definition. It's relating to or denoting a case of nouns or pronouns. I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh, it's exactly.
Is that
wait. A genitive review.
No,
it's funny that is so grammatically defined.
This might be the best review of anything ever.
This is levels upon levels upon levels upon levels of hilarity. Okay. I mean, of wonderful fans. Thank you for your kind review.
Holy cow.
The foul name calling they receive. Moreover, it highlights what the costumer can do to vote with your wallet to put entertainment back in our entertainment. Why isn't that a bumper sticker already? Costumers want entertainment back in entertainment.
And they're going to vote with their wallet because the costumer is always right. I've been saying that. How many times have you and I gotten on the phone, Jerry? And I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about Bombadcast just for 1 second, man. You have to put the entertainment back in entertainment.
Right.
And you often say to me, you can't put the thing back in the thing and make that your sentence. And I say, Jerry, I can say whatever I want to say because I'm giving you a genitive review. And then you say to me, you keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Especially because you just help. Look, you are at your job at McDonald's.
Yes.
And you just called the last customer in line a costumer.
Right.
Do you know what you're saying? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I helped the last costumer. No, say customer. Costumer.
Maybe what happened was while he was working at McDonald's, a guy came in with a cape. And I don't even know where this is going.
Maybe it's an inside joke. Who knows? We don't know.
This is the best review I've ever read.
1 star. Again, that was 5. 5 stars.
Yep.
I'm gonna read one last one because I don't think I can.
I don't think you can read anymore.
There is
the book. Well,
I'm not gonna read the last 5-star review because it is overwhelmingly positive, and I just don't do that. And it doesn't say it. It's not funny. It's just really positive. 1 star. Title: written poorly, lacking evidence.
Like this particular episode.
The evidence is here, but
right. No, we're reading it.
Written poorly, absolutely.
Yeah.
I will take that. The podcast, while having some interesting and valid points, generally lacks to give evidence for what it proposes.
Lacks to give evidence.
See, an actual intellectual here. The discussion of a liberal infestation of media is stated,
right,
but has no evidence to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, just open your eyes, sheeple. Let me see. Additionally, the author, it was. I'll give you a hint, Scotty. Goes out of their way to begin. Insulting the SJW. Their words. Again, Scotty. I told you what Scotty said. Well, he wouldn't hear. by using pejoratives such as bully. And again, these are Scotty's words, not mine. Tards and worse. Those pejoratives, bully. Again, I'm not going to say it again because I'm uncomfortable now. And worse, which is when and worse is after that last half of a really bad word.
Right.
The one of the bad R words.
Yeah.
That you cut in half and then strap it to the end of something because you're like, dude, I got you good. Your butt hurt. Butt hurt. I am an insult king. I am Triumph, the insult comic basement dweller. Overall, it is preaching to the choir with little reason for anyone who is curious about the actual Genesis to read. And maybe that is the word that the person was trying to say in the other one. And let's see, July 25th.
Instead of pejorative.
They both came in on July 25th.
Yeah, maybe he wrote both reviews.
Possibly. It is from two different users. But I wonder if someone, if our stenographer creeps our reviews and goes in there to like write we basically only have 1-star reviews, and our stenographer goes in there and like he does like the 5 star, 5 stars. Right. These guys are awesome. Okay, so if you haven't picked up on the bit yet, these were not reviews of the Bombadcast. These were all reviews for don't Google this. Don't Google this. If you're listening to this episode, do not Google, do not give this page anything. Because I'm mean. I'll tell you all you need to know. Okay.
Right.
This is we're like The Soup with Joel McHale, but with racist online content. It's like we watch the dumb stuff so you don't have to. That was his whole thing. Right. And we give you the highlights. My gosh, if I just didn't describe what the Bombadcast actually is, I think I actually just fell in love. Okay. These are reviews of the Fandom Menace Volume 1. Volume 1.
Thank God that they have plans for more.
Volume 1. Subtitle, A Fandom Betrayed. Parentheses.
Oh, subtitle and parentheses.
It's still going. It hasn't ended yet. The Fandom Menace Volumes, Book 1.
Wow.
This guy is a regular.
So the book is called. Wait a second. Let's just start with that. This might have been written. Now we know who wrote that one review because it's the Fandom Menace Volume 1, A Fandom Betrayed, the Fandom Menace Volume, Book 1. Like if I was going to get
the Fandom Menace Volumes,
if I was going to create any sort of comedy to beat on the Fandom Menace, which I've thought about doing every single day of my life, I would probably call it the Fandom Menace Volume 1, A Fandom Betrayed, the Fandom Menace Volumes, Book 1. Like, this is, as a writer, this makes my stomach turn. I feel like I'm feeling a little bit queasy. They use the word fandom 3 times. They say Volume 1 and then Volumes Book 1 in the freaking title. This is not well written. This is not well done. So this is, you know what it's written like? That's a title that's written like a high school student that has to get to 300 words before he turns in his paper.
Okay. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay. It is 128 pages.
Now, what size?
That is not just the title. That is just what's inside the book. Okay. 128 pages. I was doing a little dumb research I shouldn't have done. And wait, welcome to the basement, guys. We're in the basement. Okay.
This is where the book was written. We are sitting where the book was written.
Guys, we're almost an hour in. So we may not go like full on what we maybe talked about. We got to see how we feel.
Yeah.
Again, 1-star reviews. You got to have the energy to write them. So we got to have the energy to make this 1-star podcast, YouTube show. 128 pages. The Fandom Menace, Volume 1, dash, A Fandom Betrayed, parenthesis, The Fandom Menace Volumes, Book 1, close parenthesis. This dude is like, he made that title like he's effing George R.R. Martin writing like the first Land of Ice and Fire book. I've never read them, but again, it's like that is what that stinks of to me, and I'm sure that they absolutely hated what HBO did to it. There you go. See, again, you're gonna look at it here. Please do not give this clicks, give this page all that. Don't go there and shame them and all that kind of stuff. That's not what we do.
No,
we just make fun of.
We are making fun of a title that goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah,
and on.
Yeah. I mean, look at the it's even on the thing. And look, okay, the parentheses of the Fandom Menace Volumes Book 1 isn't on the cover.
No, because they ran out of room because they have to put pictures of their stupid hats.
Because it would look dumb on there. It's on the spine though. It's on the spine and on the title page. Okay. So, I'm not even going to get into reading. We're going to save the description for some other time because we've got other stuff to do, baby. We got other fish to fry in this ridiculousness here. We have a special treat for you guys tonight, if you can stomach it.
I seem to be frozen here. So if you're watching,
I was going to say you looked like you were pantomiming something for a second.
I'm contemplative of the. Trying to remove that, so I'm going to hope best on here.
Here we go.
I don't know what's going on. So
I mean, that honestly, for as basement show, that's actually quite aesthetically pleasing. So, and we're back. Yeah. Okay. So, Scotty's. Oh my gosh, you're not Scotty.
No, I'm not. I haven't been Scotty ever.
The whole time, honestly.
You thought it was
my brain doesn't just autocorrect to be nice. It also just autocorrects Scotty's face over every other person.
You could sort of deep fake him into this if you'd prefer.
Don't give him any ideas.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't wear my Paul Stanley makeup. I considered it for a moment. I mean, I did bring my soy boy Kylo Ren helmet.
Oh. Soy boy Kylo Ren. Yeah, there you go. Cry baby. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I don't even know what soy boy means. I just hear it used in the.
You drink a lot of soy. Apparently,
I don't love.
It gives you a vagina, is what they think.
Oh, interesting.
And breasts and stuff. Honestly, it's because they eat too many pizza rolls. That's why they have the breasts. Men lactate. Sometimes men lactate. You're not a freak. You are just like the sea cows on the cliffs on Octo. Those beautiful
the Thalasirens.
Thalasirens. They are I knew the name.
That cannon junkie.
I knew the name. I'm playing a bit.
Oh, I see. All right. I was excited that I remembered that, and I was surprised.
Honestly, well, okay. You know what? I'm going to give it to you because I did not remember it in the moment, but I was describing it like one of these. What's a polite phrase? Costumers. That's the only. I can't think of anything that's not horribly insulting. If you're listening to this, all in good fun. Come back. Come. You know what? Come sit around the table of Star Wars and let's work things out. Let's hash things out.
Let's just hug it out, bro. Hug it
out, bro. Just stop yelling at all the girls and stuff. Like just calm. Just calm.
Yeah.
Chill pill. Again, so as you guys can see, we are me and Pete are I say the how do you say it? The black hats of the Beyond the Blasters network, the what would you call it? I can't think of words. I don't do words good. I can only think of costumer now. Right. I am forever ruined. I'm forever ruined. We are the rebels without a cause.
All right.
of Beyond the Blast Doors Network.
Yeah.
And we like to poke the dragon.
We
right?
do occasionally stir the pot. There's no denying that. Yeah.
If there is a pot full of fecal matter to be stirred, it will be stirred by us.
Yep.
Possibly thrown into a fan shortly thereafter.
Right.
Into my arm. That's how you do it. So we are doing this though. This is a social contract. You guys listening, watching right now,
right.
Please do not go. Don't go and bomb this page.
We are no way encouraging that to be done.
We don't. We're not trying to. We are giving this a platform, but we are not effing Newsweek. So,
well, I think it's
I mean, we're not going to link to it either, right?
Right. And at the risk of getting serious here for a second, I mean, we don't want you to go and do those bombings. I mean, honestly, a couple months ago, I don't know.
Why use that energy for that? You're just like them. If you do
well,
that.
Several months ago, I got into a kerfuffle, if you will, with some of the people who probably would enjoy reading that book that we just read some of the fantastic reviews for, and in response to that, they went to Apple Music or Apple iTunes, and they gave me a bunch of 1-star reviews, which is just such a foolish thing to do. None of them left a review; they all left just the single star, right? So we're not telling you to do that. Do not do that. That's just bogus. But what is important to note, and I think that the funny part, and what's so great about this is, it's pointing at the absurdity of putting the, you just said, you made the point a number of times about, don't put the effort into being negative, into putting a 1-star review, into going through that. It's the same concept. And when I do get when I do talk about Fandom Menace and the various people who
there
go
we
that ring,
Voldemort's name here,
right.
I mean, but
when you do look at what they do, they are doing exactly what we're just saying. Like, they're putting this negative energy or this energy into doing something for something they no longer care about. Look, and I know I've gotten some crap about saying this, but honestly, if Star Wars doesn't entertain you anymore, move the hell on. Right? If and do whatever you want. Like
I don't mean to see. I laugh because of the whole absurdity thing.
Yeah. Look, I
really honestly mean, dude, for your own sanity.
Correct. Look, here I've used this example a number of times. I loved the first Matrix movie. It's one of my all-time favorite science fiction movies, the first Matrix movie. Matrix 2 and 3, I can't watch. They're horrible movies in my opinion. I know some people love them, and I'm cool with that. But here's the thing.
I was in high school and I love crap. So
and this is the difference between being a decent human being and being somebody who has nothing to do with troll. Like, I don't look for people who are like, I really liked Matrix Part 2 and Part 3, and then go and crap all over their enjoyment of that. I don't care. I don't watch it. But the other really important thing is, I still, if the Matrix is on TV, or every now and then, I'll load it up and I'll watch it because I love that first movie. But I'm not going to go and just be like, I'm not going to find, because there's a billion problems with number 2 and 3, but I'm not out there spending my time trying to make a political agenda about those movies and the Wachowski brothers or whoever they are. Or, is that
Wachowski siblings now?
Yeah, siblings. That's right. Yeah, I could go right. You could have some fun with that if you want to be a crazy person, right? So, but it's that same exact kind of thing here. So why are these groups? Why is there so much effort put into it? So much that they're going to write a book. And honestly, I'm tempted to, and this is part of the problem, and this is where I am at fault. I'm tempted to want to look. It's like I'll watch. I'm not going to go there because it gets political, but I will watch the opposing political viewpoint.
You can get political on my show. This is my show tonight.
And you know what?
This is my show, and if you watch Fox News every now and then, it's okay. It's okay.
I try to, like, when you watch the opposing view, at first I tell myself, well, I'm watching the opposing view because I really, I want to understand it, and then I get about a minute and a half,
another person's perspective, right?
Which is the right way to have an argument, which is the right way to have an opinion, is to fully understand. All right, let's discuss it. All right, I disagree, but we're humans, and we can have that. But it
like
gets to
Palpatine said, if you want to know the mysteries of the Force, you must understand all its aspects. Wait, that's not a good example. That's not a good example,
Right.
but you get the point is good.
The point is a nice idea, but then so if I was to read this book, the volume 1 of 1, volume Fandom 1, volume 1,
I just wonder, there's got to be somewhere. Don't go looking for it. I can Google myself. Okay, I can Google it on my own. I'm a big boy. I don't need you guys to go giving that a Google.
right?
But how many there's got to be like a ballpark of how many like books there are going to be, right? But does this end after Kathleen Kennedy steps into the office? It sounds like it talks about Last Jedi.
No, I think as soon as Kathleen Kennedy resigns, they're going to hate whoever's next. It doesn't matter. That's the whole thing.
George is going to go in and he's going to make one where the Force, there's a Force power where everyone just turns into girls.
Oh,
and
really?
Or he's just not even going to explain it. And he's just going to gender bend the whole thing.
Well, you know, they were talking a lot about the about sort of rebooting the sequels, and what a lot of people don't know is they're actually planning to reboot all of it. And Anakin is actually going to be just Anakin. It's going to be a woman character.
Luke, played by Anna Kendrick.
Right, Anna Kendrick. That's right. Luke is going to be recast. I think Brie Larson's going to play her. The Luke character. I don't know. I think her name is going to be Louise or something.
Frankly, what you're pitching right now, I would watch in a heartbeat. I enjoy. Okay, you know I'm the person who you're talking about the Matrix movies and the person who says I like 2 and 3. You're not going to go crap on them, take a dump on them,
right?
Here's one. Try saying that you think that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is a worthy successor of the Indiana Jones franchise and better than Temple of Doom. That's my opinion, and I put that out on Twitter.
Which one do you which is
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Do we have a whole episode about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Okay.
The Bombadcast and the King and the Defense of the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It was a play on Indiana Jones, the Temple. Anyway, again, available on the you know what? That's a really popular one. We had Alex go download. Maybe we'll actually. I'll see about uploading that maybe onto the Beyond the Blast Doors network if we're up for it. You know, we'll see. I'll see if I can upload it on our thing. Maybe that's a real popular one. But Pete, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go watch that or listen to that because
I will. Yeah,
I can't get into it right now. Okay. But if you really want people to hate you, you say that.
Yes.
In any situation, and people I posted a picture just of me finding the Blu-ray because I haven't had them on Blu-ray, and I got the Blu-ray of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's I'm so psyched to watch this, and the first comment was, "Why?"
Yeah. Well, I posted the other day.
It's fun.
I watched the Last Airbender with my son. And
I remember you posting about that.
The comments below it were, "Why would you do that?" Why? And I was like,
people are vehemently hateful and a lot of those people are jokingly being like, "Oh, why would you do something like that to yourself?" Just joking,
right. But it's because there's a hatred for a film, but see, that's the whole thing. Like, if somebody says, "I'm watching Jaws 3," I'm gonna be like, my heart's gonna be like, "Don't do it to yourself." But I'm gonna be, I don't know.
When Superman Returns came out, or is it Superman Returns, the 2011 one or whatever, with what's his name, who
Roof, whatever his name is. Yeah, I know who you mean. Yep. Which I didn't think was a bad movie, to be honest with you.
So I was gonna say, I actually was okay because it was trying to be what 1 and 2 were from the 70s,
right?
A little more action packed. So I was like, dude, I was all about Superman 1 and 2 back in the day. Bought them from Walmart, it was like the weird cardboard DVD case.
Yep.
It was like 2011. I don't know what was going on back then. But we then I rented or went to get I think I bought Superman 3 with Richard Pryor.
Okay. I
remember watching the Superman when I was a kid where he fought the Atomic Man or whatever, the blonde guy that was his superpowers and I guess scratched him and stuff. When I was a kid, I thought that was the coolest thing. I haven't seen it since I was little.
Okay.
I didn't make it to it because I wanted to watch chronologically all the way through. I couldn't make it through the opening credits of Superman 3 with the comedic bumbling, like people knocking over phone booths.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I almost want to like, it makes me want to curse because it was like, what the F am I watching?
All right.
You get done with Superman 1, Superman 2, pretty good. It has Zod in it. It's got like he fights people who actually have superpowers. Like, oh, neat, you know, and it's a little weird. It's not as good.
And it's Chancellor Valorum.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Terrence Stamp, man. You gotta love it. And we're getting on a tangent. But but all that to say, you go from all that to Superman 3. I didn't even make it to Richard Pryor. Like I was like, I stopped halfway through the credits. I was like, I can't watch any more of this.
But you're not going on Twitter and telling people that they're fools for watching them.
No, I mean, I told my friends like how ridiculous it was. I was like, I can't believe it was like that. And no one's, I mean, all of them were like, oh yeah, you haven't seen that before? Yeah, it's off the wall, man. Yeah, I couldn't make it through. But yeah, I'm not gonna tell you you're dumb. Right. So all of that, like we're like really diving deep into what the Bombadcast means tonight. All of that to say, we don't bomb people's content, okay?
Right.
If you don't like something, if you don't want to give something, you don't give the oxygen to a fire, which we were kind of doing.
Right.
Sort of. But if you don't want to support something, like they said, if you're a costumer, you choose what you spend your costume.
Put the entertainment in entertainment.
You put your entertainment in what entertainment you want your entertainment to be put in.
Vote with your wallet. Put your
entertainment.
Right.
Vote with your wallet. And I think that there is a wonderful person that these people really don't like. And she is a Star Wars character. And she honestly should have had more time in Rise of Skywalker. But like Star Wars hero, Rose Tico says, it's not about fighting what you hate. It's about saving what you love. So we're not fighting. We just really love to laugh at some of this ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't. We are the kind of people who join a Flat Earth Facebook group for the kicks. So there you go. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. No, and I think it's like I said, seriously, do not go and bomb these guys. But I mean, if you look at we definitely had a lot of fun with the reviews, and I think the reviews say as much about the perspectives of the people who are, I mean, so if in case you are,
you don't have to really even make a big point that it's costumer, not customer, you know,
right. But the fact they did it 3 times in the review,
listen, the title
and the book title. But listen, it's. I get on the one side, and this is the only thing that I've said before that probably pisses a couple people off, the amount of passion about their perspective on Star Wars. If it wasn't because they were being racist, misogynist, SJW hating jerks, it would be almost admirable, but it's not at all, because that's I've actually a couple of years ago, or a year or so ago, when I was really just starting to dig into this, I was like, well, maybe it's coming from a place that they just love the movie so much, it disappointed them. I mean, honestly, the Phantom Menace, when I first saw it, it disappointed me so much. I've really come around on it, as you guys know. But I was thinking maybe that's where it comes from. And if it was simply because they were like, I don't like what Luke Skywalker did, that's a story point. That's fine.
Right.
But when it comes down to when their descriptions and their reviews of the film use things like phrases like forced diversity and things like that, it's coming from an agenda. It's coming from a place that's one step removed from hate speech, and it becomes a place where, and I think this is where the issue is, and this is where I'm going to catch some heat, but I think this is a place where people who have an agenda, and this is where now we're getting a little more serious, and stop me if you think we're getting too serious, but this is where people
I'll let you make your point. Then I'm pressing the fart button. So.
Okay, good. But this is where people who have an agenda, people who really do have, whether they're consciously aware of it or not, an issue with women or people of color or diversity, they can say that
It's often not in the front of their minds. They just think that this is the truth.
It's probably not, but they can say it about a movie franchise and feel like it's okay, right? They can't say it in real life. They can't go any of those things. They can't go to their job and say, I can't believe you hired an Asian woman for this job, because they will be fired and they will be sued. But they can go online on Twitter and say, I can't believe they shoved an Asian woman into my Star Wars. And this is why it's not acceptable. And it's not just a perspective on the story. Yeah. It's because it walks this very fine, poorly, thinly veiled attempt to say things that are ugly about human beings versus a story, and they color it in the story.
They are more clever than we give them credit for too. This is the last serious thing I'll say. You're talking about I can't believe they put an Asian woman. I can tell you how many conversations I've had with people like, I don't have a problem with her being a woman or Asian, but it's a dumb character.
Right. That's okay.
And I'm like, well, but then I'm like, part of me goes to, why do you think the character's dumb?
Right. Fair.
And
right.
That is, see, it's like, again, like you're saying, like if you don't like the character,
right.
Some characters know it, but I'm like, if you're like straight up coming like it's a dumb character, I'm gonna come back with, okay, why is it dumb?
Right.
Here's where it sounds misogynistic, if you ask me.
So here's the thing. Here's what I would say to you, right? And this is I've never been a fan of Rose, and now I'm going to duck and probably lose 5 or 6 followers immediately. But I never was a big fan of Rose because I felt like the journey
don't go bomb Pete's page. No.
I felt like the journey that her and Finn took could have been her and Poe, right? Because we already knew those characters. Now, and you know, could they have had a bromance? That's a whole another conversation. Now, that being said,
honestly, wouldn't have been against it. Frankly, everyone needs to see themselves in Star Wars.
Yes, exactly, 100%.
Not about you. There are already characters,
right? So that's the problem I had with Rose. It wasn't that she was a woman. It wasn't that she was a poorly written character, because I think she was written extremely well. She did a nice, she played an important part. At the end of the day, this is why I also don't have a problem with her not being that heavily used in The Rise of Skywalker,
right? Because
I felt like she did her job in episode 8, right? She helped Finn learn his lesson and recognize that, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
That being said, nothing I just said was because she's a woman or because she was Asian or because she was some sort of forced diversity. It was because I didn't think her character was as important.
Horrifying trifecta.
Right. So that's fine. And that's a conversation I'm willing to have. But if you say that she was in there because it's forced diversity, I'm not having the conversation with you. Take a flying leap. We're done.
Yeah. And look, we'll do another episode where we basically, it's like the awkward sex talk with your dad.
Right.
Sit down like on.
Do you have the awkward sex talk with my dad?
He didn't tell you? He's very good.
Yeah, he's good with that stuff.
At the talk. So look, we'll have the episode where we sit down on the on the edge of the bed and go, okay, it's Tell Me I Had the Talk. You're kind of being a little racist. And
right.
here's why. Or you like women, but you kind of want all the women to be like the women that you like.
Right.
And that
right.
It's misogyny. Right. And it's okay for those things to exist. And it's okay that you've felt that in the past.
Right.
It's time to change, baby birds. I haven't called you baby birds forever. It's time to change, baby birds, and move on. Time to move on. Okay. I will end on this paragraph from the description to end this serious topic. Speaking of politics, about the Fandom Menace book. This is the description of the Fandom Menace book.
As written.
It is a defense of the Fandom Menace and the book. It's like a mini Fandom Menace book, volume 1, the Fandom Menace of Fandom to a trade, parentheses, and Schwarzenegger's here for some reason. Volumes, book 1.
Makes
A
sense.
Song of Ice and Fire. So okay, you know what? I'm gonna start. There's too many paragraphs about this. I'm gonna start there. The Fandom Menace are consumers.
Or
They
the
are- they are-
costumes. Like costume.
I know, and they actually put consumers. Consumers. I must
Okay.
see consumers and costumers.
Okay. Yes, both.
No, they actually spelled it right.
All right.
I didn't autocorrect. This is the professional description.
Okay, I will do my best not to speak while you
That's
read
dude. This probably is why that dude did his.
it.
Anyway,
Like, don't forget costumers here.
make
But-
sure to mention the costumer. The Phantom Menace are the consumers, and it is consumers.
Mhm.
They are global.
Mm.
Big. They
That means they can't possibly be racist.
well. Listen to this. They are Muslim,
Oh.
Christian,
Mm.
pagan,
Wow.
and in some cases, militant anti-theists. They are just a veritable rainbow of people who hate other things.
Dude,
I'm
that's-
joking.
Wait a second, though. How great would it be if we could get the Fandom Menace to adopt the rainbow flag to represent?
Don't give them ideas. The LGBTQ community
Yeah.
has been through enough with
Yes,
the
this is true.
stupid with 4chan. I mean, come on.
This
Trying to
is
say
true.
they want pedophiles to be added at like a P on the end. It's ridiculous.
yeah,
I said I wasn't going to get political. I said I wasn't. But luckily for me, it's not political. It's about people.
So this paragraph is trying to paint themselves as being global, represented by all races, creeds, and religions. Got it.
Have
Okay.
all of these religions that are very staunchly against people being in a lot of other things. I'm gonna shut up. I gotta be careful. I love everyone. The anti-theists really, it's like, and militant anti-theist.
Right. Not
I'm
militant. Yeah.
I'm getting
Okay.
a lot of fun vocabulary to use in my everyday life. They reflect. This is a bold paragraph. This is why I wanted to go back and read this. For
Okay.
context, I read that one. They reflect the reality in our world and of our times in a reaction to cancel culture, outrage. Cancel culture, outrage culture, and social justice. Mobs roaming unchecked through our cultural landscapes. Look out, everybody! Look out! The SJW cancel culture, outrage culture mobs are roaming the streets. They're everywhere. I think they're. Oh my gosh! You hear it? They're outside. They're outside of my. They're at my basement window right now. They're telling me they want to cancel me. They're outraged at me. Oh my gosh! I'm so frightened for my life. I'm doing the best Foley I can. My trash can has a dent in it. Oh my gosh! Oh, social justice. Why are you so tempting? I had to go back and read that. That was all context for this. This community is not political. They want politics out of their entertainment.
Right. That's
And the only thing we want in our entertainment is entertainment.
Right.
I feel like the anti-Alex Jones right now, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So
they're,
okay.
they're trying to say that they're not political because they don't want politics.
But
like
the
saying-
things they call political are not being a dick to other people.
I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss.
There's more. This is the
Remarkable.
paragraph, and then we will do some fun stuff, maybe, or maybe we'll both just eat a tub of ice cream and then go to bed. This community is not political. No matter what you think, it's not political. They want politics out of their entertainment. Only entertainment in our entertainment. And I'm paraphrasing now. And they want the ideologues who have been given the key. The ideologues is a bold word.
Yep.
Who have been given the keys. I don't even know what it is, but it's cool. Sounds like demagogue, but the opposite of that. Demagogue, but ideologue is like all these people who are forcing their ideas in my face. I don't want your ideas in my entertainment. It's not edutainment. It's entertainment.
Well, the funny thing is, it's a blindly partisan advocate or adherent of a particular ideology, which I feel like is sort of a. I just was reading the official Merriam-Webster dictionary use of the word, and I feel like it's
actually in Merriam-Webster the definition of. Let me see here. If you look up the definition of was it ironic? This paragraph comes up.
Yep, here it is. Ironic. See Fandom Menace, Volume 1, Book, Volume 1, Book, Fandom.
Pete, the ideologues who are in charge.
Yep.
Who have been given the keys to these vast kingdoms cast out into the wilderness where such socially dangerous aberrations belong. I'm not even... That is like... That they really have good thesauruses. To the dustbin of history with these masked bigots of false virtue. The Fandom Menace is the mainstream. The Fandom Menace are the voice of the real people. Everywhere, from every walk of life, we will not be silenced. We do not negotiate with social terrorists.
All right, so let me just stop you there because
I think I think this is the most even keel thing I've ever read from them.
the most ridiculous thing about this entire thing is that you are flying a banner that proudly just take the phrase Fandom Menace and identify what that means, right? Anybody who flies under a group that uses the word menace in their representation of who they are. I would not support the white power menace. I would not support the anything with the word menace. I do not even like Dennis the Menace, to be honest with you. But if you're
the 1990s movie where Christopher
Plummer.
No, the dude from Doc from Back to the Future played a homeless man.
Christopher Lloyd.
Decent flick. I watched it a couple times when I was a kid. I haven't watched it in like 20 years, but
the point being, they're trying to streamline themselves. They're trying to say that. The other thing is, and this is just basic communications. If you have to say that I am the every person, you're not.
That paragraph that sounds like that sounds like a mage from Dungeons and Dragons wrote it, like an actual mage, not someone pretending to be a mage, an actual like person in like a fantasy realm.
Right.
The ideologues who have been given the keys to these vast kingdoms cast out into the wilderness where such socially dangerous aberrations belong to the dustbin of history with these masked bigots of false virtue. If you follow up that paragraph with Fandom Menace is the mainstream, the Fandom Menace are the voice of the real people, everywhere from every walk of life. Yeah. We will not be silenced. We do not negotiate with social terrorists.
There you go.
That's scream positive, non-toxic movement.
if your manifesto is being written in 128 pages and it's being led by saying that we will not negotiate with social justice terrorists,
book one of your manifesto.
Right.
Stop giving the people you hate cool nicknames though. You think you're being like, you're a social justice warrior. Like, oh, yeah, I'll take it. Okay.
Yeah.
The worst one you have is NPC, non-player character. It's like, Okay. Oh, so I don't really have to deal with your bullcrap. Okay, cool.
It's
Sorry.
it's sad, and it's not worth anybody's time. And again, as I was saying before, we've given them way too much airtime here. But the point here is that I don't even know. I think the point being that
Go
we
ahead.
talked about not giving negative. Not what's the point of writing a 1-star review, right? There's no point in doing that. Again,
Why are you having that much passion to downgrade?
If Star Wars pisses you off now, stop watching it. It's moved beyond you. If you don't want to watch anything, I don't care what it, if the Game of Thrones bothered you, don't watch it. If you hated Matrix 2 and 3 as I did, I'm not going to watch it. But I'm not going to call up Jerry and be like, you're an idiot if you like episode 2 and 3 of the Matrix, even though I feel it in my heart very deeply, but I don't.
Here's the thing about forced diversity that always gets me is I think it's hilarious when people are like, oh, this is like really trying to shove all this junk in my face. It's trying to shove like other orientations or races. It's more to the other orientations currently.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like you're throwing it in just for the sake of blah 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 blah. You're using, for one thing, you're using too much logic. You're using so much logic that your logic is collapsing in itself like a black hole of logic that is not logical. It actually becomes illogical. Anyway, because here's my point. You look outside at the world. Are there people of other races in the world?
Right.
Yeah. Are there people who are gay, bi, trans, whatever, lesbian? Are there people out there who aren't just straight? Well, yeah. If you ask people these questions, they say, yeah, okay. So why shouldn't?
So I'm gonna frame it even a little bit more absurdly for you, Jerry. It is a universe.
Why wouldn't they be in? If you're making a realistic place, it should reflect the society you live in. Right?
Here's the thing. I would say is it's sure it's not forced diversity, but on the other hand, on the other side of the coin, it is a story that takes place in a galaxy that has green people and hairy people and white people and black people and Asian people, and it's not forced diversity. It's, if you don't like forced diversity, then you don't like. Let me rephrase it. Forced diversity doesn't exist, right? If you don't enjoy it, don't watch it. If you don't understand,
don't walk out of your door ever.
But if
movies
you don't
only from the
understand,
90s.
But the world is Jabba's palace. I hate to tell you guys, the world is full of
a lot cleaner most
people,
of the time, though.
Hairy people, not nice people, green people,
the cantina, yeah, all of that.
So who's to say that there aren't people who look like Rose Tico in the Star Wars universe? It's so freaking stupid. And I honestly,
why are white people like the thing too? We're getting really curious.
But it's frustrating, and I think it's, at the end of the day, we read that paragraph for laughs, but if you read it again, it's freaking frightening that these people,
there's more to it.
Yeah,
it is but again, okay, I don't go giving this likes and downvotes and clicks and views. Don't give these people that. But again, we're the soup. Only we're more angry right now.
Right.
Just kidding. We're fed up. We're fed up with the world being different. Why can't everything be the same? Why can't it be the same? Anyway, that's how it reads. With more, I'm gonna have to get at the source. It's just gonna have to happen. So before we continue, we have one last thing to maybe lighten the mood a bit. Because we ended up we got, man, that was therapeutic though. I needed that. Pete, honestly, the reason why I think this conversation is still relevant right now and that it's not necessarily us giving, I don't necessarily think, okay, sometimes if you give a fire oxygen,
Yep.
it's going to keep going.
Yep.
Sometimes you should just put out the effing fire, though.
Yep.
And shine a light on it and say, hey, there's some over here. Let's douse it.
Yep.
Let's show the firefighter, show people, look, get it out, which is what is considered cancel culture. It's actually more on the other side. We're not here to analyze all of that, but so that's why we're here tonight. That's why we're doing this. But we, you know what, Pete, we've gone on tangents longer than we really intended to.
We sure did.
I tried to program this episode in a way where I thought, I was afraid we weren't going to be able to like talk for the whole time, but here we are.
We can talk on this for days.
Oh man, we can just, it's a subject that is very, shall I say, near and dear to our, it's a subject.
Yeah.
So the Beyond the Blast Doors lawyers have sent me a statement they want me to read.
Good. Yeah, you should read.
And I added a little bit to the end there. This is a statement from the Bombadcast and Beyond the Blast Doors and Around the Galaxy lawyers. I'm going to read verbatim.
Okay.
Usually there are no. By the way, I did not put the word customer in here, and if I would have spelled it right. They would have.
The lawyers would have.
The lawyers.
Yeah, lawyers are good that way.
They're good. They know how to treat their costumers. Usually our policy at Bombadcast and the Beyond the Blasters Network and Around the Galaxy is don't feed the trolls.
Yes.
Which is most of ours.
Sure.
But now that we live in a Philip K. Dick dystopian short story, it has been brought to our attention that there are millions of bots out there who had their fabricated childhoods ruined by Ryan Junson. Sorry, I got the U in the wrong spot. I think it's supposed to be ruin. I put it in the Johnson. Ryan Junson. But there are also, and this is serious. This is where we get serious again. Okay. There are, guys. Scotty, if you want to start playing some kind of like Sarah McLachlan music right here, because this is serious. This is probably something we're going to get going pretty soon. Probably not exactly Sarah McLachlan, but like the sad puppy commercial. Because
I'm sure the lawyers would be okay with the Sarah McLachlan specific music, right?
Yeah, and YouTube, we don't want, we want this to stay on YouTube. They don't like Sarah McLachlan. I don't know why. So there are also, besides the bots, hundreds, if not dozens, of trolls who are going days, nay months, without a meal. No one's feeding the trolls. That is something that Pete and I and Scotty and everyone at Beyond the Blasters can no longer overlook, but mainly Pete and I. Just come at us. Just come at us, bros. Okay, just don't. No one else but me and Pete. We can no longer overlook this crisis. So today, we present to you the first ever, what you have listened to and watched, Bombadcast, Feed the Trolls-a-thon. And for just a fraction of your last nerve, you can give a troll. You yourself, you the viewer, can give a troll a delicious nugget of common sense to stew on and sustain them for an entire evening of their mother's book club needing to use the basement den. So don't hesitate. Do not hesitate. Hesitate a bit. Feed the trolls respectfully. But this is our troll-a-thon. They're hungry. They're very hungry. They're coming for us. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Because they're trolling everybody out there.
Right.
There you go, guys. That's it. We're gonna do a little segment though that we honestly I don't think Pete have done since we became a part of the Beyond the Blast Doors network, and that is a segment that we like to call Jakku Jargon.
Ooh, what's this?
Jakku Jargon. Jakku Jargon is, as a lot of you guys, you classic Bombadcast viewers and listeners know, it's a mailbag type of thing, or just we put out hey, give us your response, and you don't disappoint. You give a response. You feed our trolls, so to speak. So I put one out. I put a Jakku Jargon out to our Bombad fam, a Bombadcast official group on Facebook. Yes, I did something in there for once. And I think my uncle said something. No, I'm sorry. It's not my weird uncle. It is actually, let's see if I can find him. It is 2med2's Bacta Tank.
Ah, yes.
Yes. Oh, Michael Condon, a good man. I don't know why I said Condon. Michael Condon. So what we said was, let's see, the return of Jakku Jargon. So for this edition, what is your preferred method for dealing with the anti-Disney Star Wars trolls? Or if you have a fairly pleasant social media experience because you block first and let God sort them out. What's one of the best / funniest interactions you have seen or had with said trolls who don't start playing? No, stop! Don't play the music again, Scotty. Don't play the music again. We don't need it again. I don't need to cry. Those poor trolls who are hungry. And also the bots. I can't stress how many more bots than actual people there are. But anyway, so 2med2 Bacta Tank, 2med2's Bacta Tank, Michael Condon says, it depends on how much energy and time I have. I usually ignore it, but if I have the time I go all in. And if that is not the theme of this episode, Michael, 2med2, my friend, you are cut from the same cloth. It really is. Again, it takes energy to do this stuff. And if you are not having a good day or whatever, it's not going to make you feel any better. Don't do it. Do not engage. Do not engage. Now, moving on to Twitter. Same questions. We have a man who almost made his way onto this episode, but we would have had to add him, given him a contract, to be on a Bombadcast contract / Beyond the Blast Doors contract, and we just couldn't. The lawyers were too busy working on my monologue. Jared the Dark Jedi from the Nerd Academy podcast feed. They have a podcast feed. Me and Pete were actually on there talking about a similar subject. We're actually talking about a certain calamity penis guy who shall not be fully named, who was actually in Newsweek, and we were freaking out about why are they giving it? Basically, what spawned this. Stop giving links to their stuff, Newsweek. Just say the stuff and whatever. Actually, don't even put them in Newsweek. Let's just say that. I digress. Go check out Nerd Academy podcast, especially Knights of the Nerd Republic. And again, Jared, good friend of Beyond the Blast Doors and the Bombadcast, member of the Bombad fam. Here we go. Jared the Dark Jedi has 2 tweets because probably it was too long. As we've discussed before, I have an unhealthy and very toxic enjoyment in arguing and debating with these. And I'm using his words. If you are watching this, getting ready to Disney Star Wars has done WordPress. His words, not mine. Come at us, bro. Pete's already you're already legit, so who cares? Arguing and debating these morons. Notice he didn't put that last suffix on the end, though, that we talked about earlier. That it made me feel really uncomfortable. I've joined Fandom TFM Facebook groups to argue and observe them in the wild. That's strategy, which is the whole joining a like a flat earther like group or something. The best strategy is always to point out the inconsistencies in their argument. One of two. I think.
Yeah, but
This is.
I'm not even sure what you get out of doing that. To be honest with you, I've never Have you ever spoken to somebody who is a member of the Fandom Menace and have them go, "Oh, you're right"? No, it's a waste of time and energy.
I don't know, and that reminds me of a Propaganda song. If you have not listened to the political punk band that I just discovered, Propaganda, you're welcome. 2019, I forget what the title is. As a roller coaster in the ocean. That's a great. Victory Lap is the name of the song. Great song. I think we're about to find out though, Pete. Let's see. So, okay. Best strategy is always to point out the inconsistencies in their argument. Again, this is if he says he's a self-proclaimed unhealthy, toxic enjoyer of debating. This is like his it's a little bit of the anti Rose Tico thing, but Jared will give you a pass because you're honest. You're honest with yourself. And that's the main thing. You got to make sure I know I'm being unhealthy and toxic. It just gives me a giggle. Poking the dragon's what we call that in the biz. So, second tweet of 2. I think arguing with these jerks is important sometimes because I've read so many like costumer bad review things. I thought he like typed a wrong word for a second. Twitter doesn't let you edit. And I stupidly believed a prank someone did the other day about how they added an edit function.
Yes.
And I'm an idiot. I think arguing with these jerks is important sometimes because units like the Phantom Menace and its content creator members are part of the very ugly on-light far-right pipeline. Complaints like, quotation marks, forced diversity is a hop, skip, and a jump away from really ugly beliefs. You can break the illusion. Okay. That's a little advice.
But again,
that's like pro tips. But again, like you're saying, there's no way they're going to believe you.
Right. That's like going to a KKK meeting and going, and expecting somebody to walk out of there going, you know what? Yeah, I do
is right.
that Black Lives Matter. Never mind. It's pissing in the wind. It's not.
True.
And look, I admit I do engage.
He likes the feel of the urine hitting him in the face. I guess sometimes.
I guess so. But look, I'm not taking. I like Jared a lot. I think he's a very humorous guy. His show is a lot of fun.
Funny.
But I don't know what to get you. And I think that's kind of like this episode of Bombad with you and I has been a great opportunity to kind of laugh about it and point out and reinforce our position on the Phantom Menace positions. But I also don't believe that. So first of all, if nobody in the Phantom Menace, first of all, is going to listen to this. Number two,
don't doubt it. You were on Disney Star Wars' dumb WordPress.
Right. But so even if they do listen to it, it's not going to change them. All it's going to do is it's going to
spies are everywhere. Their bots are everywhere.
It's only going to cause them to once again reinforce their own perspectives. So yeah.
It's like conspiracy theory. I don't have the Rona, I promise. Sorry. So conspiracy theories are self-sealing is a phrase I've just heard, because there's a lot of really rampant things going around with pandemics and stuff like that right now. Just like it's off the wall because we have the internet now and social media is toxic, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Again, we try not to get too serious here, but it really is like it's Star Wars conspiracy theory. If you've seen me on Facebook kind of talk a little more about real world issues, it's because my experience on Star Wars Twitter has prepared me to engage in conversations more respectfully.
Yeah.
With someone who has a differing view. And I'm grateful for that. But it is like they are big on we are not political, not political, not political. Beware all ye who enter here for a fortnight, whatever words they're going to put in there. But they are exactly the way they argue and talk about Star Wars is exactly the same way people talk about politics on Facebook or Twitter.
It's totally true.
Everything. They use the same. It's the same. Like they use the same non-insults and everything. And it's like if you're it's only a Sith deals in absolutes. It's Anakin. Right. If you're not with me, you're against me. And how many? If you cringed during that, and you're in the Phantom Menace, buddy, that's you.
That's right. Yeah.
Like open your eyes. I have one more, if I may.
Okay. Sure. One more.
If you have more to add, that is okay.
No,
you know
I
what?
have nothing to add.
Shh. I'm gonna read this one. Stop interrupting me.
Okay.
We got to end this train wreck. Cam Ray at Cam Ray. Oh, sorry. Jared is I'm on my phone. At Dark Jedi 2552. I don't know if that's
not a Fandom Menace name. I don't know what is.
That might be his strategy, frankly. That might be he's like, I'm an edge lord. I'm gonna edge on in. But anyway, okay, so we have oh crap. Okay, we have a couple. Sorry, All Remaining Systems Michael from at Local First Order says, I try not to give them attention, the attention they seek, usually just block or ignore. Every once in a while, I try to argue reasonably, though. That hardly ever goes well. Preaching the choir, brother. Weirdest interaction with a troll was probably in Battlefront 2. Interesting. A Phasma player shot this into a wall mid-match, and he put a picture. He wrote in blaster bolts on a wall, and I'll repost the pic, or you can just go find it on the Jakku Jargon post. He wrote "Last Jedi sucks" SUX in blaster bolts on a wall as Phasma playing Battlefront 2 online. That is commitment, friends.
It's a commitment level I just do not have.
And he's probably 12. A lot of these guys are probably 12, frankly, and they're gonna learn better. Cam Ray, finally, I'm here, Cam. I got you. Cam Ray at Cam Ray. Luckily, I have yet to encounter a troll. God bless your heart, sir. That's yeah. Can we get some of your DNA and like make a vaccine for the rest of us?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I go looking for him. I'm the dude that goes to Walmart without a mask and asks people to cough into my mouth. That's me and Jared currently.
That's a little weird.
It's like, come on. Right here. I want to roll a dice, baby. I really channeled Rick Sanchez right there. Baby. All right. Luckily, I have yet to encounter a troll. Maybe because I try not to be too political about things and just have fun. Once I did make a statement about naming my son Jonah after Jonah and the Ark. Thinking it was obvious, I was joking. Okay, I was about to go because I went to school for biblical studies. I'm like, and I was like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying. It's like saying cleanliness is next to godliness is in the Bible.
Right. Not.
From the mouth of babes is in the Bible, but it is used out of context. Anyway, that's free. Thinking it was obvious, I was joking.
A lot of people were like, I'm waiting for the 2-hour mark so that I can get that Bible lesson.
Get the heck out of here. Got my Bible lesson, I'm out. Okay, we only talked about social justice and all that for like 2 hours. Someone DM'd me about my grave error. I have to say, growing up in the Christian faith, sarcasm doesn't pass on to a lot of people in that faith. But the ones of us who are really good friends, and we hang out all the time. And so, Cam, you're welcome. I enjoyed that. I thought it was good. I did have the moment at first, only because I had a flashback to like Bible class. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I meant Jonah and the Whale. I didn't mean like which good band. But anyway, guys, that is we finished the monstrosity. This Frankenstein's monster, literally a Frankenstein's monster. Scotty, you're gonna love us for this. I know you wanted less time. You're welcome. But guys, that's it.
That's all there is.
Pete,
That's it.
That's all she wrote, man. That is an old reference. We're bringing them all back. I'm
Bring 'em all
the
back.
Seth Meyers of Star Wars podcasting. Coronavirus. But Pete,
Yes.
any closing thoughts or anything
No,
about?
I mean,
I think we've really given our manifestos. Book
yeah,
one,
I mean, we really have. I think
one of a book series.
right. Yeah, no, I think at the end of the day, you're not going to change the mind of anybody. Nobody's ever read a tweet and said, "Oh,
Right.
I'm going to look at things differently." I think it's okay to, this has been a great place to sort of vent a little bit about the ridiculousness that we see. But at the end of the day, just I've learned the glory of the block button and the mute button, and life has gotten a lot better in the social media space. Now, on the other hand, you don't want to live in your own echo chamber, but you also do need to, make social media an enjoyable place for you. And if you don't like the new Star Wars, stop watching it and shut the F up.
There are opinions, and then there are things that people call political that are dealing with actual real life people who are hurt or in danger or whatever.
Yep.
Or part of groups that are not, and I'm getting serious for a sec, that are part of groups of people that are like actually persecuted and actually like, what I'm trying to say is just don't be an echo chamber. You can have opinions, but people also have the right to tell you your opinion is wrong or rightly correct you if it is something that is not acceptable. So
right,
free speech goes both ways.
Yep. And I think it's important that people recognize the difference between opinion and ignorance of fact. And I think that's a very that's I think people
and dangerous facts or fake facts. You know what I mean? Like ignorant things, right? Like things that could cause problems.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is I can say I have an opinion that I don't like. I don't like something, but the fact may remain that it does. Yeah, people like to hide behind the opinion phrase and say, no, it's just my opinion. I don't think certain people should be allowed to vote. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. That's not an opinion. That's a misunderstanding of the reality of the way things work. And unfortunately, we now live in a world where you don't need to rely on truth and reality to have an opinion. And then your opinion, if your opinion lines up with my personal wants and beliefs, your opinion becomes fact. And that's where it's dangerous. That's where people who have a problem with Rose Tico are not just disliking her character generally. They are disliking who she is and what she represents, and it scares the hell out of them because not only is she an American minority, she's also a woman, and that scares these people. And it's a lot easier for me to say I felt like it was forced diversity and in a Star War rather than saying it's forced diversity in my office and it's forced diversity in my real world. And that's unacceptable, and that's where the line is drawn. And as I said before, and I think it's a topic worth repeating, that there's a difference between having an opinion about the story. I have a lot of issues with Rise of Skywalker as a story. Not one of my issues is because why was there this random black woman named Jonna in the show, right? Not one of them is that opinion. I have opinions about her as a character, but not as her as a person. So anyway, I think we've beaten this one to death. But I appreciate the opportunity to get on and have both a good time talking about this and being able to bring the realities of it to light.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's, that's what we do on the Bombadcast, guys. Again, we have brilliant social commentary, and occasionally we make fun of the way someone spells costume. It says costumer instead of customer. It's so funny. And also fart jokes. That's your typical morning shock jocks, right? That's what we are. So if you're still here, I don't know, rock the vote. I don't know, whatever we're supposed to say of this, but guys, be kind out there. Be kind to people. Be bombad. There you go. There's a t-shirt idea for you. Be bombad. That's what that phrase means to us. And we had that episode a few weeks back. But guys, first of all, Pete, I have to thank you for coming in clutch. Come back in here. Yeah, come back. I have to do that thing, like the thing on the Oscars, like, no, come back, come out here.
I'm not done. Yeah.
No, don't play the music. Thank you so much for coming in clutch, for coming in here and talking about a subject that is not for the faint of heart, for sure. But thank you. And just go ahead and tell the people what you're working on, where they can find you, and all that shit.
So just you can follow me on Twitter at ATGcast, and that's where I'm usually rambling on about not only my latest episode and trying to, push some music or something, or but also get involved in the conversation. I
can't stress Safe Search enough. Sorry, when looking up the band, I can't stress it enough.
Silver colored knob, and I feel like
Star Wars.
But yeah, so that's where you find me, and that's and then of course the Around the Galaxy podcast drops every Tuesday, and yeah, that's it, man. Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun. A little dangerous, but fun.
But if there's one thing that I like to do, and I think by the time you're listening or watching this, I may have already tweeted this out. But when Scotty's away, the Canon Junkie will play, and he will most likely play with all of the things he's not supposed to play with, and touch all the dangerous subjects. And guys, that's what we did here tonight. That's what we're going to do. So again, Pete, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being a good sport. And
no problem, man. This was fun. This was a lot of fun.
Again, guys, I can't stress it enough. Don't go out and downvote someone's content. Write a negative 1-star review. Don't bomb people's content. Don't give them likes. Don't give them clicks.
Just ignore it.
Ignore it is the best thing. If you are a sadist like me and Pete and Jared, just do it responsibly and do not attack people personally.
Correct.
Just be kind. Again, I cannot stress that enough. That's the whole theme of this. The world is ugly enough. Let's make Star Wars about space wizards and fun stuff and everybody loving everybody again. Okay? Let's just make it about cool, fun, happy space love. I don't even know what I'm saying now. We should just have we should have whatever the Burning Man of Star Wars would be. It would be a burning Anakin effigy, like Anakin with no arms and one mechanical arm and stuff. Like we burn that effigy out in the middle of a desert somewhere. I sound like I'm describing Fire Festival. Let's not do this. Anyway, Pete, man, thanks for coming on. Again, if you guys had fun here, like this video. If you did, again, why waste your energy doing a downvote? Just give us the like, give us the thumbs up, rate us 5 stars, share it with your friends and family. Don't share it with your Fandom Menace friends to try to change their opinion. Spoiler alert, it ain't gonna work with this one. But again, rate us 5 stars, review this. Real reviews. We'll get into some real reviews some other time. And feel free to head over to the Patreon page. Again, like we said at the beginning of the episode, Beyond the Blast Doors at patreon.com. Join our Star Wars conversation, as David likes to say. Man, beyondtheblastdoors.com for all your Star Wars news. There's a lot of things to read that Scotty reads at the end. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Bombadcast. Don't forget to follow at Beyond the Blast Doors Network. And Pete, you want to call us? You want to leave us a message? There is so many things on here. This is the last one, I promise. You want to leave us a message sometime? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe you guys can call in and tell us how ridiculous it is that we need to listen to you as a costumer. You paid good money and you're a paying costumer and you need us to listen to you. And if you need to do that, you can call us at 331-2BEYOND. That number is 331-223-9663. I think it might be at the bottom of the screen. If not, who cares? But until then, guys, all of you fancy costumers out there, Pete, do you want to do the honors?
I would love to.
What would you like to tell the lovely costumers out there?
I would like to say, stay bombad.
Boom! See you later, guys.
All bomb.